With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines and the shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Throwing to start the drive, Mullins. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 12 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. They run the counter. Glover. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw. Mullins. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game. Like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a give right side. It's Glover down to about the 22 here. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Mullins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Operating from the gun, Mullins. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. And it's never going to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on 3rd down, Mullins. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they are led out there by their mobile quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Now a carry for Allen. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. When you look at this defense, this crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. Second from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
And when you're getting ready to face the number 1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Thunderbirds offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And as we transition into the second half of the season, he continues to put up big numbers on a consistent basis. Currently the NFL's leader in passing as we play here in the month of November. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And down by a field goal, they'll take over with excellent field position following the interception. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Second and 6. He's got Allen. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. They're going to look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered theirs. That throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up for the 1st and goal.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Allen diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a handoff up the middle. Glover, 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Mullins steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. 3rd down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out. But his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football. From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Glover. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mullins, he's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 2 yards to go, 2nd down. Off play action. Mullins rolling to his right. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
On first down, it's Glover. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Operating from the gun. Mullins. This will be caught at about the 6. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. First down. Looking to throw. Mullins. And a quick throw here. That's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quick. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Thunderbirds have regained the lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. They'll run with Allen. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Underneath, pulled in by Tomlinson. He's brought down after a pickup of 5, but he needed 8. Fourth down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get into that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Mullins firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun, Mullins. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Thunderbirds are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Point after try forthcoming. It's good to make it 17-7. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Allen. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Third down and 1. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I think he had eyes on that run the whole time. Good anticipation because it seemed to me he waited for the coverage to get drawn away and then had the easy scamper out of bounds to get the short yardage first down.
They go play action here on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now Allen. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. So 2nd and 4 from the 22. They'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Well, we've seen how this quarterback can beat you with his legs. Saw it earlier on this drive, as a matter of fact. But that time, they had him covered.
They really gave him no place to escape because oftentimes they're able to find a crack, a sliver, anything that can get them upfield. On that occasion, nothing open at all, and they swarmed him.
Third down and 6. He'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll run. This is Allen. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 4. Touchdown from 4 yards out. And his guys have made this a one-score game now.
So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the 3rd quarter. So they could potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that one a 13-play drive in total. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Flexing his muscle at the 30.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far, here in the 2nd quarter. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
One of the few things that hasn't gone right in this first half. They had a chance there for late points, but this one winds up off the mark.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we're at halftime here on a Monday night as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. 33-21 was the final. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a real threat, not just with the arm, but with the wheels as well. NFL's leader amongst quarterbacks in terms of rushing touchdowns.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
2nd and 11. He finds his man, complete. It's Barnes. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They'll set up to throw. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. In motion, the tight end. They'll look to throw here on first down. That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Underneath, pulled in by Tomlinson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big play there on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback scoring on the 2-yard keeper as they have taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good to make it 21-17. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth, almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side, trying to match each other.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Up the middle they go. Glover. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Mullins. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Glover. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2nd and 9 now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
Well, you got the lead here in the second half. That's the last penalty you want to commit.
And they were getting the ball. Why are you going after the punter there? Just take the football and keep going.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Glover.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Back to throw. Mullins. Touchdown! A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Thunderbirds have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they've turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well, moving the ball down the field.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
They begin the drive on the ground with Allen.
He'll get a yard, that's all, as they get him down at the 28.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. Fielded just inside the 30. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Back to throw again. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a play fake here on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now it's 2nd and 10. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, it's Allen. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. So here's Louisville set to take over on offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a first down as well.
And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000's a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field. Pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Mullins. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 10 yards gets him closer, but now it's 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3.
So that gets him a little bit of breathing room, but not much. And you have to think back to the field goal that he missed earlier. This would be a 2-score game right now if he had converted then.
And if you and I are thinking about it, you know he is as well, because in the back of his mind, he's thinking, I hope I get one more shot in an important spot. He just made that one. He wants one more later to truly make up for the earlier miss.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Allen, and he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And a gain there of 11 yards.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Allen. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down it.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. The 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Back to throw. Mullins. This is caught. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Thunderbirds are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds.
Second and a couple.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
What a way to wrap up the week. Now a big play. It's third down.
Allen here on the screen. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Back to throw now on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Looking to throw.
Finding Allen.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll come up now. This is second and long.
They'll look to throw again. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
A big play in this football game. Third down and 1. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Holding offense.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is third down now.
They'll drop to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Now this airmail to the sideline. It's incomplete. And there don't appear to be any flags forthcoming. Maybe a little fortunate there. It's third down.
He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Louisville,
they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.